When you're working on speech delays with your child, you still have to do an evaluation with what's going on. So the first thing you always have to rule out is there any kind of vision that's interrupting with it, making sure that not only does the function of the vision there, because a lot of kids can have directionality, right? But that doesn't mean they're seeing well. And especially too, since you have glasses, I'm sure the first thing when you got your glasses was like, oh, I should have had these sooner. But kids are just going to, so if they're good at mommy daddy, the bigger things, but they don't, like the small things are not seeing, or they mistake a square for a ball, or when you're seeing those kind of things. Also too, they're very good at their colors, right, but not objects, because if I cross my eyes like this, right, it's still, I can see blue, even if I have double vision, but I'm not going to see, that it's a door or something to that effect, or a ball versus a bottle. And then just the guessing. But if they're looking at you because you're bigger and you come with the voice and stuff, you're easier. It's mama, dada, and not getting the finer things. So there's some speech, but not speech. Those are things to warn out vision. I don't see that the eyes are out of alignment, but the spacing is a little bit wide on the nasal bridge if you go to talk to them about that the eyes are just too far apart. If you want to know what that feels like, you just take 2 fingers and stick them in your mouth like this and pull. I can't see you anymore. So even though my acuity is fine, let's say, it's because it's just that spacing, and it changes the binocular vision. But I do see her convergent a little bit weak. And so at the dinner table, you can very easily sit there and do something like this with food even, or whatever, where you're here and you're looking for the convergence, right? And then you're here and you're looking for the convergence. So see how I do this to you, and you'll converge, right? And pull it back. And that's what you're looking for that to strengthen it. A lot of people think it's this one, bringing it in and out. It's not about that. It's or tracking. Right, but the eyes should be separate from the head at this point. At 10.5 to 12 months, the eyes should start to turn, and her head, her vision is still pretty static on that, and so that's where you'd want the visual improvements. But you want to rule it out first, that it's basically needing glasses or strengthening the eye muscle first, or if you're just working with the function of the eye, right? And that's where it comes into those 2 plays. You'll see too how she gets up very literally through the body, and going over the stoop, not having that convergence is still, midline is more here than that crossing midline. And those are things that you want to work on, that can be addressed. The second thing is you want to work on is that pubic bone strike. Pubic bone strike that should have happened at 4.5 months, right, when my baby's laying down here, and they're here and they're up, they're doing the airplane, and it looks like they're planking, but they do a pubic bone strike. That pubic bone strike is when the tongue starts going and out. Raspberries, really big milestone that's overlooked, and that's when they start going to solids and stuff. And so if that's there, you can do it working with her, even sitting on your lap, but you're working on that pubic bone strike. I've got to hold my rubber doll's head, but you're looking for that coming over. Like we come to our food, we go like this to get our food. If you're seeing more that she stays back and takes the food this way instead of here, that's what you want to work on, is that pubic bone strike and all of that going into that. You still want to do this swallow, feeding, pre-speech course, because you want to make sure too that, again, if the eyes are having a hard time crossing, right, it should also be in all your teeth buds, the periodontal roots, all of that. You should feel a really nice midline crossing, and if you're not, you're getting that jaw, because with a child that's going for speech, like these kind of things, the licking and all of that coming in versus just everything staying very horizontal, But see, that's where I'm concerned too, that she's right here, and that would be the next one, is to work on that chest crossing midline instead of right here. She's just pretty stoic through the sternum. and you want to work on those moves with your lessons, and that all goes back to the tummy time stuff. And I know a lot of people don't want to go back to certain courses, but there's, you know, certain little things, and that's why the army crawling was there. You know, you miss these little things, and they keep showing up, and that's where Erin and I really try and teach about, you know, just getting that better foundation, and getting those movements out there. Thanks.